All right, it's Wednesday, hump day, woo, 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 woo. Okay, so you talked about volume yesterday, and today we're going to talk all about mass. All right, so what you are going to be learning, different lab equipment and the units to use to measure mass. How you measure mass, it's harder to say than you think it is, and what the difference between mass and weight is. We've heard about weight. We probably wish we didn't have as much weight, or we've been told to put on weight, but what is the difference between weight and mass? Okay, so weight versus mass. Let's do the first one, or the last one first. So weight. This is the measurement of how much gravity is pulling on an object. All right, so next time someone tells you you have too much weight, then you got to tell them, oh, it's just the gravity pulling me down. And it changes from place to place and planet to planet because some planets have more gravity than others, and some have less. All right, so we use pounds, and you see lbs as pounds for the unit for weight. So if you weigh 65 pounds on Earth, like right now, you would only weigh 10.8 pounds on the moon. But on Jupiter, you weigh 153.7 pounds. So weight can change just depending on where you are. Mass. This is the measurement of how much matter is in an object. So how much matter is in an object versus how the gravity is pulling an object down. Mass does not change. It doesn't matter if you take your mass on Earth or Jupiter or the moon, it's always going to be the same. And the units for mass are grams, which is seen as a G, or kilograms, kg. So kilograms are always going to be more than grams. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. Okay, so if you think about it, like you have to have 1,000 grams to be able to make up a kilogram. And again, if an object's mass is 45 kilograms, or that would be 45,000 grams on Earth, it's going to be the same 45 kilograms on the moon and on Jupiter. So, what is the mass lab equipment? There's only one big thing. It's this guy right here. And again, I took this from Gizmos because you're going to complete another Gizmos today. This is called the triple beam balance. Okay, it's used to measure the mass of an object. In a minute, you'll see why it's called triple beam. It's kind of hard to see it right now, but you can kind of see there's one beam in the front, there's another one, and a third one. They kind of are stacked against each other, so you can't really see it, but we'll see it better later, okay? And so we'll talk about how you should use the triple beam balance as well, all right? Because there's a specific way to use it, and then you got to add everything up, okay? So triple beam balance example. This is going to be easier to see. So now you can see it's got 3 different parts to it that you are looking at. All right, when hopefully soon, when you all come back into the classroom, you'll be able to use some triple beam balances and be able to actually feel and see how you use them. Because all you're trying to do is make it so that the balances match back and forth. It's like a scale. Okay, so on this one, you have 3 different balances. You always start with the middle one. This middle guy right here is the hundreds place. So if you see, you first start with the largest, the middle, hundreds place, and this one, I've circled it. The tick mark is on the 100. So that means 100. Write it down. Then you go to the top. This is the tens place. Okay, and the tick mark is all the way over at the 90, so it would be 90. So we have 100 and we have 90. Last, you go to the one, the smallest, the one that's closest to you, and this is the 1 and or the tenths place as well, because it goes in between, and we can see the little tick mark is right about here. Okay, it's in between the 0 and the 1. In between the 0 and the 1, each of those little ticks is 0.1. So if I count 1, 2, 3, and it looks like it's right on that 4. Oh, maybe it's a little bit closer to the 3. That's true. 1, 2, 3. That's 0.3. Okay, so don't put 3. 3 is all the way over here. It's 0.3. So now what you need to do to find the mass of the whatever object it is, you have to add those all up. So 100 plus 90 plus 0.3, That gets me 190.3. But am I finished? Hopefully you're saying or shaking your head no, because that's just the number. That's only one part of your answer. You also need to have your unit. So don't forget the units. And the nice thing about triple beam balances is they tell you what the unit should be. So that unit is right there, that G for grams. Right there, that G for grams. Okay? So whatever object this was 190.3 grams. All right. So once again, like I said, we're going to do a gizmo today. This one you'll be able to find the mass of many different things, including like a light bulb and different things like that. So I'm going to escape out of this, but then I'm going to show you. So like normal, I know this looks different than yours, but if I went to step 3 practice, and it's going to take a second. Oh, I'm on the wrong day. Even I struggle. I got to get to Wednesday because it is Wednesday 9/16. And I go to practice and I click on this and I click on open assignment with Cami. Remember, you always want to open it with Cami. So now it's given me my own page, and hopefully it says your name at the top like it says mine. So again, I'm going to, if you are on your computer, I'm going to pull this one out so it's by itself, and I'm going to minimize it and pull it to the right-hand side. And then I'm going to find the one that says triple beam balance, and I'm going to look at this one. Okay, so this is the gizmo that you should be able to click on, and I'll give you a link right before this measuring mass so that you can see that. So all you need to do is follow the instructions here about what you should be doing. So if we look at it, you look at your triple beam balance, this is what it kind of looked like in that first picture, but this is what it looks like in that second picture, the example we looked at. It's like if you're looking up at the top. And if you look at this, it's pointing at something. That's because there's a scale over here that you want to try to match with over here. So if I put a light bulb on top of this, this pointer goes up. You want that point and that point to match. So right now they're not matching because this left-hand side is too heavy. So when it's too heavy on the left-hand side, it's going to go up. If I take the light bulb off and then I change down here the weight, so I made it 100 kilograms on this side, notice it's now down and it's not in the same spot. That's because the right-hand side is too heavy. So what you're going to be asked to do, if I put the light bulb back on there, I'm going to try to figure out how to get this line to match with that line. Okay, so remember, you always start with the middle one and move it over one. Okay, it hasn't moved, so that means that it's heavier than 100 grams. It hasn't moved again, heavier than 200 grams. Oh, but when I went to 300 grams, it was too heavy. So I need to move back to 200 and then go to my tenths place. Okay, so now I'm doing the same thing. I went to 10, not working, 20, not working, 30, 40. Well, we're getting closer. Oh, when I hit 50, it's now underneath and it's too far. So I need to go back to 40. Okay, and the same thing, this one even gets closer for you so you can get really, really, really close. If you can see right where the points are, they're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And now I got to get it all the way. So my points are together, and now I need to add them all up. And you're going to do the same thing over here. You just need to follow the instructions. It's going to tell you how to do that. Okay? So remember, once you have completed this, you've written in the text box or you've written however you want to do it. Up here it says turn in. Make sure you hit turn in and it will come back to us and we will be able to look if you understand what's going on. All right? Once you finish, move on to the did I get it. All right, guys. Good luck. Email us, message us if you need help. Don't forget to come to office hours as well. You got this. Bye.